hydrolysis. Salt is an ionic compound that is formed by the reaction of an acid with a base. For example, acid HX react with base MOH, M metal, will produce salt and water. So salt hydrolysis is a chemical reaction between anion or cation of a salt. So we have salt here, formation of salt. From salt we will get a cation and you'll get an anion with water molecules to form H3O plus or OH minus. This M plus, the cation from the salt here, hydrolyze in water to get MOH plus H plus. This is cation hydrolysis. Anion hydrolysis, X anion from MX salt, hydrolyze in water to produce HX plus OH minus. Cation hydrolysis will produce H plus, and ion hydrolysis will produce OH minus. Or this will produce H3O plus, H plus or H3O plus. The pH value of a solution depends on whether OH minus or H3O plus is produced during hydrolysis. Types of salt. There are three types: neutral salt, basic salt, and acidic salt. Neutral salts produce when a strong acid reacts with a strong base. Basic salts produce from the reaction of weak acid and strong base, while acidic salt produce from the reaction of strong acid and weak base. Neutral salt produce when a strong acid reacts with a strong base. Example of strong acid HCl, example of strong base sodium hydroxide. Both reacted, the product will be NaCl, sodium chloride salt, and water. So the dissociation of this salt, the sodium chloride salt, will produce cation and anion. Na plus cation is from the strong base, NaOH. The cation from strong base does not hydrolyze in water. Next, this chloride anion comes from the strong acid. The anion from strong acid does not hydrolyze in water. So, the pH of a solution depends on the ionization of water. For this one, H2O plus H2O, you get H3O plus plus OH minus. You know that H3O plus equal to OH minus concentration, 1 times 10 to the power of negative 7. Because Kw is equal to 1 times 10 to the power of negative 14. So the pH is equal to 7. Because both anion and cation do not hydrolyze in water because both comes from strong base and strong acid. The reason is cation or anion that comes from strong acid or strong base does not hydrolyze in water because strong acid, strong base completely dissociate. So we know that strong acid and strong base completely dissociate to form OH minus and H3O plus. So no reverse reaction will happen. In strong acid, strong base, no reverse reaction will happen. So that's why the cation or anion that comes from strong acid or strong base do not hydrolyze in water. Basic salt produced from the reaction of weak acid and strong base. Dissociation of salt CH3COONA. It will produce Na plus cation and CH3COO minus anion. So here, Na plus, it comes from strong base, NaOH. So this Na plus does not hydrolyze in water. CH3COO minus anion comes from weak acid, which is CH3COOH. The anion from weak acid hydrolyze in water to produce OH minus. So this is the equation of production of OH minus. CH3COO minus anion hydrolyze in water to produce CH3COOH plus OH minus. So here OH minus is produced. When OH minus is produced, the solution is basic. So the pH value is more than 7 because the solution is basic. Acidic salt produced from the reaction of strong acid and weak base. Dissociation of salt NH4Cl dissociate into NH4 plus and Cl minus. So NH4 plus is a cation from weak base NH3. So if it's weak, NH plus hydrolyze in water to produce H3O plus. Meanwhile, the anion Cl minus comes from strong acid HCl. So Cl minus does not hydrolyze in water. So the hydrolysis of NH4 plus will produce NH3 plus H3O plus. There is a production of H3O plus. When H3O plus is produced, the solution is acidic. So the pH value of that solution is less than 7.